Well, Joe Torre brings in his closer in a tie game on the road as Mariano Rivera comes on to pitch in the bottom of the ninth. The defensive gem of the game is brought to you by the latest offers from Chevrolet.
And good play by Derek Jeter, Stinnett and Jeter on this play.
Stinnett doing the job after Jorge Posada left because of injury, and now Rivera. And I'm a little surprised by this. Are you, Ron?
I am surprised. Usually Joe Torre would not bring him in on the road unless they were winning. The problem is both the Mets and the Yankees have had a hard time getting to their closers, so haven't got as much work as they'd like him to have. His last appearance was a perfect ninth inning for a save against Texas.
Mets have occasionally been able to hit Rivera. There was the Matt Franco game-winning hit in '99. There was a Jay Payton 3-run homer in Game 2 of the World Series. But, hey, Rivera's the best there's ever been. He's given up more hits than innings pitched so far this year. Mets at the top of the batting order up in the bottom of the ninth. And Reyes bluffs a bunt and takes the cutter inside. Reyes has been on base 3 times tonight with 2 walks and a single. He's stolen a base. He's also been caught once.
Well, there's no secrets to Mariano Rivera to New York fans. They've seen him pitch in October so many times. Cutters in, fastballs in.
And it's 2-0 to Reyes. Joe Torre double switched Rivera into the game. He brought in Miguel Cairo, the former Met, to play first base. So Cairo's batting ninth and Rivera third as he tries to get, if necessary, 2 innings out of Rivera. 2-0 to Reyes, and he takes a strike. It is never ceasing to amaze me that Rivera can survive throwing 1 pitch. Throws it over and over again. Looped near the bag, and Jeter's there. 1 away.
You ask hitters, though, they say you cannot pick up the rotation on the ball. It comes out of his hand, and the life that he has on that cutter, it just bores in on the hitters so quickly, so late, with just a little bit of movement.
Here's Lo Duca. The Mets have gotten good news on the scoreboard. Bad news for the Yankees. Red Sox have beaten the Phillies 5-3. The Yankees began the day a half game behind the Red Sox. The Mets began the day 2 games in front of the Phillies, who've now lost 4 in a row. So the Mets with a chance to open up a 3-game lead if they can win this one. Here's Lo Duca, and he takes a strike.
That's what I'm talking about. Just puts the pressure. You can see it coming off his middle finger. Little tiny spin, probably a little 6-inch break maybe at 94 miles an hour.
Lo Duca 1 for 3 and a walk tonight. And he fouls off the cutter. 0-2.
What I mean by it comes off his middle finger. That's where he puts all the pressure. And that pressure from the middle finger just makes that ball dart out to that outside corner.
And it's got to be even tougher for a guy like Lo Duca who's seeing Rivera for the first time. You just can't judge that cutter off video.
Well, he'll do enough inside of right-handers too.
And he comes in and nearly hits Lo Duca. 1-2.
Good job by Lo Duca getting out of the way of this fastball that ran in. That's not the cutter. That's the fastball that he has 2 seams that runs in on the right-hander. And then usually after that pitch, he'll go back to the cutter outside.
Stinnett wants it in again.
1 more pitch in.
Ripped down the left field line. That's an extra base hit for Lo Duca. Lo Duca with a 1-out double in the bottom of the ninth, and the Mets have the potential winning run at second base.
Well, they tried to double up inside on Lo Duca, but this ball comes a little bit back over the middle of the plate. Lo Duca had the ability to pull those arms in and keep that ball fair.
How good has this guy been in the late innings of close games?
Well, he's great all game long, but he's even better when the pressure's on the line. We talked about Jeter and his intangibles. How about Lo Duca? The stats, you look at his stats, and won't drive you crazy. But he is an excellent player and a great acquisition for the Mets.
Mets are a base hit away from winning it. Beltran takes a strike. Carlos is 3 for 10 in his career against Rivera. Keep in mind the arms in the Yankee outfield. Williams in left, Damon in center. Neither one of them can throw a lick, but you've also got a slow man at second in Lo Duca with Delgado to hit next. Beltran bounces it foul, 0-2. Carlos with a 3-run homer back in the first inning is now driven in 28 runs, one behind Delgado for the club lead. 6-6 last of the ninth.
Well, he had a good cut at this pitch. But Carlos Beltran does not get in. It's up over the plate. Just where Stinnett wanted it.
Into your living room. Rock your world. Oh, and 2 to Beltran. Struck him out. Rivera with a cutter fans Beltran for the second out. 2 away.
Well, this one down. See the bottom drop out. Swinging over the top is Beltran. Usually expect that ball to be about waist level, but that one he got on top.
Now it looks like the Yankees are going to walk Delgado, and this makes perfect sense because Delgado has as good numbers against Mariano Rivera as anybody. 7 for 18. That's a .389 average. And so they'll walk Delgado and bring up David Wright. Willie Randolph hoping that the Mets can come through in their final turn at bat. They trailed by 4 runs before they ever came to bat tonight. But Randy Johnson didn't do much for Joe Torre. The bullpens have been magnificent. And now David Wright will come to the plate with another 9th inning chance. He wanted to have one back the other night in St. Louis when he batted with the bases loaded against Jason Isringhausen with the Mets down by a run. Now he comes up with a chance to win it.
Well, on the edge of the seats are the Met fans tonight. Lo Duca's got to really work at second base too to get a good jump, good walking lead. As he will be sent on any base hit, just about any base hit.
2 on and 2 out, last of the ninth. Mets 6, Yankees 6. Lo Duca representing the winning run. Wright is 2 for 4 tonight. Ball 1. Johnny Damon not very deep in center field, and he just can't afford to play much deeper. Anything hit over his head, the game's over, but he's got to give himself a chance on a base hit. 1-1.
Good pitch from Rivera. This ball is down. Foul tipped by Wright.
One and 1 to David Wright. Fouled away. And now Rivera 1 strike away from getting out of a jam. Xavier Nady on deck. Wright has had 2 career at-bats against Rivera, still looking for his first hit. A seat squirmer at Shea. 1-2 to Wright. 2-2. And you've got to do that with Wright. You've got to bust him in.
Be interested to see what Rivera does this time. On Lo Duca, he threw one inside, knocked him off the plate, and came back in. Will he do that again or go back outside with that cutter?
2-2 to Wright. Hit in the air to center field. Damon going back to the warning track. It's over his head, and the Mets win it. have taken Game 1 from the Yankees, 7-6.
Well, great hit, redemption for Wright for the other night in St. Louis. And we talked about, well, you talked about, Gary, Johnny Damon playing shallow because he doesn't have that good of an arm, but he wasn't able to go back on the ball as well because he has that sore foot. Both things lead to a hit for the Mets and a win.
A tremendous win for the Mets tonight as Paul Lo Duca races home with a winning run on David Wright's walk-off hit. Second walk-off hit for Wright this season. And the Mets win it 7-6. Chris Connor standing by with David Wright. Chris?
All right, thanks, Gary. David, what makes Rivera so tough to hit?
I mean, he's got that hard cutter. He's got like a little two-seamer that he can throw in on you. I mean, he just throws everything so hard with a lot of late movement. You just have to try to go up there and make contact. I was fortunate to get a pitch over the plate, put a good swing on it.
With this type of environment, how electric was it, and how did it feel to get the ball off the bat like that?
As soon as off the bat, you hit it flush, you just know that, Johnny's a great center fielder out there. You just hope that I got enough of it. And fortunately, they were playing a little shallow to cut that runoff at home plate, and got enough of it.
Did you think you got enough of it when you hit it?
I was hoping. I was hoping, and I crossed my fingers. But it was an electric crowd tonight, and it was great to come through like that.
How great was this bullpen on a night like tonight to keep you guys in it?
Huge. Both Ollie and Aaron Howman come in and did a fantastic job, and they really kept us in this game. And it seemed like every time they scored a run, we had an answer right back for them, and that's the kind of team we got this year.
All right, congratulations, David.
Thanks, Chris.
All right, Gary.
Well, the New York Mets bullpen retired the last 16 Yankees who came to the plate, and that set the stage for David Wright to be a hero tonight as he hit one over Damon's head, and the Mets win it 7-6. Back to Shea in a moment.